Welcome back. Another episode of Guitar Gear, Angry Penguin. I'm Richard Howard. How we doing? So, a little bit of an update. I'm doing Epiphone today. As you can see, I got this one. Was just going to do the Les Paul, but in between getting this video ready, I found a steal on this SG. But because of that, there's no pedal corner today. But I got a good one for next week. Yeah, it's gonna blow you away. Just the picture alone is gonna blow you away, and then when I tell you what's in it, you're just gonna, yeah, you're gonna trip. But anyway, so yeah, found a steal on this thing. It's the Epiphone, what's this, SG Pro. It's the G400 series. It's a 2019, so it's the last year of the notched headstock. But now they call this same guitar. They still make it. It's just got the newer headstock like the Les Paul here. It's the 61 now because of the half pick guard and the reflector knobs, and we'll throw some videos up there. But they did a nice job on it. So you got a bound Powell Ferrell fretboard on this one, acrylic mother of pearl. But they went so far as to actually do the acrylic on the Epiphone logo, and then the standard little SG little middle piece there. And it's completely stock. In 2019, they were still using the Alnico Pros, which they're probably not as high output as the custom Pro Buckers that they're using now, but they're close. And I found them on a clean setting, just a little trebly. That sounds a little better. But yeah, it plays fantastic. I mean, it's all neck. Anybody that's played an SG knows that you're reaching, a couple of inches more than you would for those opens. And then on this one, I did well, we're calling it a Bonamassa wrap now, where it goes over the top of this. And the reason I did it was I was able to pin that stop tail piece to the body and then just get barely a run of an arc over the top of the actual bridge pieces. And I don't really notice any difference in sustain or tone or anything. I don't notice any difference at all. It just made that angle a little less than it normally would be. Because what you don't want doing is on the back of that tune-o-matic right there, you don't want the string actually hitting the back of the base plate of that whole thing. There's supposed to be a little gap there. And by pinning this down, I was able to get a nice gap and still get enough break angle to play. So, other than that, yeah, it's all mahogany. I'm not sure if this top, if you can see that or not. Like I said, I'm going to throw up some pictures, but this looks so much darker than the edge. It's almost like it's a veneer. But the grain really matches well, so I'm wondering if they just stained it that way. Stained the whole top and then cut it out. I'm not sure. But it plays great. I mean, it does sound really good. Little thin though there, so we'll go instantly to the filaments. And then, because I got an SG and a Les Paul, I'm going to promise not to do any AC/DC or Black Sabbath on this today. That would just not be funny. So yeah, just a fantastic player. You can find these on Reverb. I think they're running right around, I don't know, 3 to just under 4. But we're gonna swap it out. Yeah, super light. I think maybe 6 pounds, if that. And yeah, it just plays like a dream. Epiphone's come a long way. They used to be a joke. Back in the day, it was like, an Epiphone, really? For $500, you're gonna get a, you know, $2,000 playing guitar. It's like, nah, it wouldn't happen. The electronics were junk back in the day. I'm talking maybe 20, 25 years ago. You know, they weren't great. Then I picked this one up out of state. Make sure I don't knock anything over here. And I wanted a custom, and I wasn't sure. You know, I no money for a Gibson custom. Forget it. But I knew the Epiphones had come a long ways. Went down to a shop and I sat down and didn't even plug this into an amp. I just played it for like 10 or 15 minutes. And the neck on it just blew me away, so I knew I had to have it. And so bought it new. No modifications. I didn't put locking tuners on it. I haven't changed the pickups because they sound really good. And let's fire this thing back up. I'm running wireless, so just turn off the wireless, no popping of the cable, that kind of thing. But yeah, the only mod I did was take the pick guard off, because that wood is just crazy. It's definitely a veneer, but it is koa, and you can look in the neck there. You don't see any of it underneath that thin binding because it's super thin, like it's like 2 millimeters or something like that. And then a funny thing about koa, you can't use koa on anything, furniture, instruments, anything, unless that wood is taken from a tree that's dead. Like, you can't take a live tree, koa tree, and make stuff out of it. It has to be naturally dead. But this thing, yeah. Oh, we still got that on. Okay, we'll turn that off. See, a little bit grittier output. Be just a bad wireless connection too, you never know. But we don't play it a lot like that anyhow. But yeah, all mahogany, full width spec for a Gibson. The gold hardware, I mean, yeah, it kind of comes with the custom territory. They did a really nice job on the block inlays. It's acrylic, of course, they're not using real mother of pearl, but they got the diamond dead center, so no screwing around there, and of course the inlay there. Binding all the way around, double bind on this, on the body here. You can see the back a little bit, and I'll throw some pictures up of this also. But yeah, the neck on this feels like my Les Real. It's weird. It's like the same factory did the neck, because this thing's heavier, definitely. This is 8.5, 9 pounds, gotta be. mahogany neck. It looks like a one piece. I don't see any kind of splicing in back here, except on the, just the outer edge of the fins right here for the tuning machines. Other than that, just a phenomenal player. And yeah, no mods. I don't even know if I still have that pick guard. I probably threw it away. But I know I shouldn't have, because years from now, it could almost be worth what it was new. Yeah, it's never going to happen with an Epi. The only one that busted that myth was, you got the Steve Jones right now is just, you paying Gibson prices for an Epiphone on the Art Series Silver Burst, but the Zach Wild Bullseye Epiphone, brand new when they came out, they were running about $750, $800. You'd get a case, not a gig bag. You'd actually get a case, and now you're seeing those for $1,000 plus. Average I think is about $1,225 on those now. I played one when they came out. It wasn't that special. The EMGs are passive, the HZ series EMGs in it, and they didn't do anything for me. There was nothing special about the neck. I mean, it was kind of, standard Epiphone back then. But yeah, those are the only ones that break it. These aren't going to. There's tons of them out there. You can still buy them new. They go $750 now, I think, new. But if you do some looking, you can find one with a case for $550 to $600, and they're only a couple of years old. This is a 2021. So 2020 is when they changed that headstock corner piece over. And I don't know, I look at both of them, I kind of like having that corner there now that it's there. But I mean, I've had Epiphones in the past. I had a Wildcat for a while with the chevron flame top. It was a great playing guitar, but the Bigsby, it didn't matter what you did to it, it wouldn't stay in tune. You do a roller bridge, did that. Locking tuners, did that. Nut sauce on the nut so no friction, did all that. The problem with 3x3 is doesn't matter. All that doesn't matter. It's this break right here where it takes off. Glenn on SMG is kind of right about that. The distinct angle that it leaves the nut and goes to the tuning peg. Over time, if you're not changing strings all the time, which a lot of us, that are just doing this in our bedrooms or whatever, we're not doing that. We're not changing strings every time we pick it up. But that break angle, it'll sit. So if it does go out of tune, it'll take you, a good 5 to 6 minutes to get that G string just right back where it should be. But other than that, I mean, if you're not taking it on the road, and a lot of guys are taking Epiphones on the road now because they can beat the hell out of them and not really care. They're not losing a ton of money on them. Through the Black Star again, the 20 watt red Black Star. We got it down on the 2 watt setting. Micing it with SMG. Throw a picture up. Love that Filaments pedal. It's just insane. I don't really even need to do an episode on the Filaments pedal because I'll just show you a picture and you can hear it. So that's just about gonna do it. I'm shortening up the videos from now on. I'm hoping this green screen worked this time. Lighting, I've got a lot of lighting and there's no wrinkles, but we'll see at the end when the finished product, whether it came out right or not. Shout out to all my friends, all my subscribers. I've been picking up new ones lately. I'm not even sure why, but it's a good thing, so do that. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Share's the big one. So yeah, if you're looking for a real budget guitar that's actually come a long ways over the last couple of decades, as far as quality goes anyway, and electronics and sound, Epiphone might be the way to go if you're a big, if you're into that. If you're into the single cut, they're the originators of it. Why would you go anywhere else? And SGs are just fun. Once you get used to the neck being, 3 inches longer, it's not really, it just feels like it because of the positioning of where it hits the body. Epiphone's the way to go now. Most people, especially right now, they don't have Gibson money, so yeah, didn't have to do anything to them, didn't mod them. I know, usually I'm the first guy to throw this stuff away. Nah, I plugged it in, listened to it, and went, why would I do that? All right, so we're gonna cut out of here. We're gonna make them short. Next one, probably in a month, I'm doing a T-style. I'll be doing a T-style, and we'll get back to pedal corner. Yeah, I got a good one. All right, hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something, and I hope that knowledge carries on. And thanks for showing up. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.